I love all these close sets, honestly. This is what I'm living for in the Amis.
Indeed, we come here for the drama of the unfortunate SSDs sometimes are what we get. I would have liked to see a different conclusion to it, possibly a more satisfactory one for both players, but that's what we got today. So we can move on to the next losers match, Luipad versus Ace J.
Is that who it is?
Luipad. Okay. Luipad versus Ace J, and Luipad is making his first appearance in top 8. Ace as well. Oh goodness, I was sure that Ace had broken through. Great job for both of them.
Yeah, 2 first-timers coming through in top 8, and this should be interesting. I know Louis is a much newer player than Ace, but has shown some very rapid improvement.
Indeed, and having entered one of the first qualifiers, Luipad chose to play with Olympia, so I thought we'd found another Olympian on our hands, but has now switched to the Rano most of the time, at least when playing in tournaments, which I'm a little bit sad about. But
I think that's good taste.
We have too many frogs. Come on. All right. Wow. Okay. These are going to be interesting. We're going to have some interesting choices of stages, starting from Tower of... Oh, goodness. What's happening? Yep, Tower of Heaven. First one.
Yep, so Ace coming out with 4s for that.
For a moment, the purple made me think that we had actually Unladen being channeled through Ace J. But no, of course it is Ace J, and we're having purple Rano Luipad.
It sounds like they did forget to DSR. That's probably what's confusing rendered over there.
Maybe it's... Who knows? Oh yeah, if you see the same one 3 times, you definitely have DSR'd. But at the same time, if they were happy, I'm sure being the first time in top 8, sometimes you forget some of these rules. I certainly didn't found out about DSR in top 8. And it threw me a little bit off, but that's alright, that's how you learn sometimes.
Alright, Ace J gonna try and recover a little bit high. Already big percents on both of these players, and this is one thing that I'm gonna be interested to look at as the Downstrong comes out. But as the newer players in this bracket here, it's gonna be interesting to see how they deal with like finding these kills, finding these setups.
Indeed. I mean, we've enjoyed talking at length about the different Rano styles that we have between Red Shell, Meerkat, and Borb, and I don't know, it's another one here to see between Unladen and Ace J, and as well as Luipad versus Borb and Red Shell. What are their different styles?
I think what we're seeing here immediately is a more aggressive Rano.
Yeah.
Luipad very much in your face, getting damage in.
Darts
not
are...
a whole lot of needles, not a lot of tongues, except
that one. Although that was possibly going to be a recovery one.
Yeah, trying to get the catch with the downstrong as well. Very nice parry, should give an opening, but slightly too slow to get down the next platform.
Oh, but a great fair. Cheeky fairs that push you right off to the blast zone that's very close in Tower of Heaven.
And Ace immediately reversing it yet again. These two players are surprisingly evenly matched. As soon as one gets a kill, the other one follows.
That is a sign of a match that is basically being fought tooth and nail and very close. There's certainly some good air dodges that are currently working in Luipad's favor, but there's certainly things that Ace J could look to punish next time, knowing that there's going to be some resources used very quickly by by Luipad.
In a bit of a tricky position, but Louis not going to quite respect the recovery explosion, and this might give Ace a window back in. Back airs the clone, unfortunately, and so that puts Ace J back on the stage this time.
Good read that Ace J went to the cloud, the puff of cloud over there, and just immediately up strong and caught Ace J. So first one to Luipad.
And yeah, this is a really good matchup by the looks of it. Two really aggressive players, both fighting their absolute hearts out.
No, I'm sure we're going to see plenty more reversals and answer KOs in this set. Now I think we might also start to see what knowledge checks each one actually performs for the other one, because obviously Luipad, being the newer player, might be susceptible to not knowing exactly how, say, clones work, recognizing them. So we'll have to see what develops over here.
You say that like I can recognize clones.
Yeah. Perhaps it's speaking from experience, hey? Certainly, a masterful user of clones is definitely an advantage, but I must say I struggle more with... that could have been... That was almost a save, wasn't it?
Ice Ceiling on Jules Veil gonna keep Louis in this one, and once again we're seeing this 100% on both players, so I'm interested to see if we get the same thing again. Someone's gonna find a kill here. Louis getting dangerously close to his fall to the stage is gonna finally get found by that strong attack, as Ace gonna pick up the smoke immediately, and there's the trade.
Disappear. Puff.
So it looks like that's gonna be the pattern for the set today.
Yeah. Well, we're just gonna have to watch out for when the pattern is broken and who does it first.
First person to get a 2-stock lead is gonna be breaking the mold.
Yeah, definitely. But until then, that just means we have guaranteed exciting exchanges coming our way with parry answers. I think it's almost like, if you can do it, I can do it too. Just you watch me. We're seeing the combustion of the clones coming in really strongly for Ace J to actually cause...
Yeah. Hits here. Finally, Louis going to find this ton. Not going to get anything off it, and that down strong is not going to be very well placed, unfortunately. Which puts Ace J in a much more solid lead than we have seen, unless Louis can turn this around, as he has been accustomed to.
This seems like we might be almost breaking the mold. Oh, Caster's Curse. Let's see what happens. We suddenly... and there we go.
Gonna catch that tech roll. Really nice little read. And now it's the last stop to play for.
Indeed. And they're definitely trying to be on a race on who can actually break the mold so far. And we're seeing some lovely strings being put together by Luipad, but...
Ooh, a very nice use of a clone there, just coming out of nowhere, is going to catch Louis off guard, I think. And now, trying to never recover the charged clone.
If you didn't have the achievement, there it goes. Combustion for the finish.
Very nice. So yeah,
you
we're
love
seeing,
to see it.
One each way now, by the looks of it.
Very much so, even Stevens, as they say. And would you say that a combustion end is almost like an up special for an end on your good old Rasta?
I don't know. I don't think combustion is as reliable a kill tool. You've got to do a lot of setup for it. Eating the smoke.
No, but I meant more for the crowds. Come on, Wacky. It's more for the crowds.
Sure, I'll give you that.
Go on. All right. So we're going back to Tower of Heaven. This is not game 1 happening again. This is actually game 3 happening for us.
Yeah, unfortunately we were breaking DSR here.
Yep.
Luipad sending it back to the stage he previously won on, but it's fine. Looks like they are just agreeing to go with this, so we'll see how it goes. And once again, we're seeing this even game.
Very much so.
Going back and forth constantly. Ace J trying to get his recovery, and he's going to eat a big percent deficit now. He's having trouble sort of getting back to stage without getting immediately knocked off again. Louis fishing maybe for an up air kill?
Or a fair one. We'll have to see. Definitely Louis taking his time to actually set it up this time. Potentially trying to get as much percent. Oh, and there goes. Oh, poor DI with that down strong, clearing the first stock immediately, but it's not going to take much to potentially answer back. There it goes.
It might just do it. So we're back again, even Stevens. It just seems to keep on happening. Nice little smoke coverage now is keeping Louis a bit on edge here.
lovely cover, lovely clearing of it while actually doing a little string to keep Ace J busy and just getting full vision back.
Both of them I've noticed been doing really good reads back and forth.
The neutral seem is as aggressive as it was at the beginning, and we're just seeing that whoever gets that first hit tries to push it as far as they can, which I mean is the aim of the game, but we're certainly seeing it from the most aggressive way possible from both of them. And clones seem to very much be helping. Oh no, goodness, combust into an SD.
SD, but immediately traded back.
Yep, immediately traded back, and back with a combust online again, so we saw there a little mistake on forward tilts not actually creating any smoke, which, if I'm not mistaken, does reduce the hitbox for Fosburn. Ooh, we're seeing some spaghetti.
There's some fishing going on, I'll say.
Yeah, and
Louis trying to kick Ace into the sky by the looks of it.
There we go. Using the smoke, just getting some control by denying vision. But Luipad just seems to be hitting everything right now. Ace J trying to find an opening. Could this be it? Oh, that could have been.
Forceman's still knocking up the percent. Not the worst situation to be in. Gonna start dancing around the smoke with these up specials. Doesn't really want to get caught, but he's actually got off stage with one of those, and with no wall jump is going to fall.
I felt like it was possibly what was happening. I didn't want to say it, but once you see the little icon...
I didn't realize that was a clone on the stage.
Mm-hmm. It fooled us all. It could have been the best play yet. Unfortunately, just missed the ledge.
So Ace J now gonna bring us back to Jules Vale.
Game 4. Hey, when you're this aggressive, you just live for the brawl.
I definitely appreciate it. Let's see if we can get a repeat of Game 2 so we can get this to Game 5.
Yep, let's hope for a Game 5 and see what happens there. They're definitely both of them are displaying some lovely movement to get in close, and some baby dashes, some good wave dashing to continue to extend their ranges and get in. So it's just down to who gets the openings at the moment in this matchup.
Really good use of the smoke gonna keep him spaced out, so now Louis at a severe disadvantage for probably the first time this entire set.
Definitely not discouraged.
Get him damage, and that needle actually gonna find Forceburn in the smoke.
Ooh, that tongue was just a pixel away. That could have been a really good... Ooh, okay, that could have been a really great way to finish tacking on all the last percent or setting up the kill immediately.
Yep.
Another STD.
But that means we do still have an even game.
Mm-hmm. And we haven't broken the mold yet.
Holy shit, Roacs CS Season 2 Finals.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, both of them once again just fishing for hits, both at 71% even.
I must say, these are very, very heated, instinctive, aggressive moves happening. Nobody's taking the step back to be a little bit cool and just wait to bait someone. Everyone's just shuffling around, trying to get that first hit in, and that's why we see all this dancing of dash attacks just going past each other.
Look at that, like, we're consistently remaining within 10% of each other.
Unfortunately, Luipad needs to actually work on that DI. Oh, sorry, I was saying Luipad needs to work on that DI for the down strongs, because Ace J is getting the maximum out of them, isn't he?
Absolutely, and trying to find something back in here, because Ace J holding on would be a pretty big change of status quo for this set. And in fact, yeah, Louis getting caught on this platform is the same thing as we said in that first set at the beginning of the bracket.
In Merchant Port, of course.
Yeah.
Wyberry versus Unladen.
Oh yeah, that was that.
It's alright.
Sorry, I know there was a frog and my mind went to boar.
Yeah. Well, Bob was the first game. It's just Bob was versus Burning, wasn't it? And that one was a bit of a steamroll. Here we go. So it did end up on 1 stock apiece. So we didn't break the mold, but we're going to game 5 and another DSR break.
It is Tower of Heaven once again. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Nope, exactly. This is not game 1, it's not game 2, it's 3, it's game 5. Your eyes do not deceive you.
An almost SD, an SD to open up
SD,
is devastating. Yep. Just getting a little bit psyched out by Forsburn's aggressive movements there.
But hey, you know, we've relied on this the fact that each death is answered, so it might be that an answered SD might happen. It's not like we haven't seen them before. I hope not. I actually hope that no SD.
Both players this set, so
yeah. Ooh, smoky tongue.
Yep. Good tongue gonna catch him, and now Ace J looking for this recovery. Is caught mid-recovery with that up air. And it is not the worst deficit we have seen this set.
No, definitely it can be equalized in terms of stock, but the percentage will stay between the two, obviously. So we'll have to see. It doesn't seem like Luipad is at all afraid of this. Ooh, that was...
A really good presence of mind to stay jumping over these capes. Ace J now trying to find a strong attack to open up with. But it looks like he's unfortunately just not finding anything on the Forsburn in return. With back to 100%, we might be seeing a 2-stock lead any second now.
We might indeed.
As you can see the Frog's trouble recovering, and there it is!
Ace J to break the mold, and we'll see if that actually carries through to the end of the set. And it was sadly due to an SD, but we can see, as you say, you're very much spot on with the... Oh, great answer there. The lingering nairs and down airs are being used really well by Luipad. Oh, great parry with all those dots on him. Means he can tack on a lot of percents and maybe making up the difference. We'll have to see what happens in the next few exchanges.
It's certainly an uphill battle, but not one I would put past for this matchup right now.
No.
Though Ace J now looking very comfortable getting the center stage control and just finding these capes, and a really nice back air. It's gonna finally break Louis' map pick.
DSR has been beaten. Well done for Ace J for continuing his appearance in top 8. That will be going into losers quarterfinals.